Welcome back to Inglés 4.0, the radio show. Let's go! Advanced. All right, welcome back. Welcome to Advanced Class 9. As always, we're going to start with a review of what we saw in the last class, in Class 8. But first, before that, I do have a question from a listener or from a viewer on the television. Anna, who's an advanced student from Madrid, has a question. And remember, at home, it seems in the lower levels, we're getting a lot more questions. But remember, your questions are welcome. So if you see anything on the television or you hear it on the radio that you're not sure of, go ahead, enter into the website. Go to the website, vaughaningles.com, www.vaughaningles.com, and put in your password. Of course, if you're a subscriber, I hope you all are subscribers to the course. And then on there, you can ask a question, and you will get your question answered by our team of tutors. And I'm collecting the best questions and answering them on the radio. But they're all good questions. So basically, I'm answering every question. There's no question too big or too small. So Anna from Madrid asks about a tiempo. A tiempo. And she said, a tiempo can be translated as on time. Or is it, can it be translated as on time or only in time? And if so, what's the difference? And basically, in time means before the deadline, with time to spare. Whereas on time means punctual, neither too early nor too late, or neither early nor late. So if we say, I arrived on time, well, it's fine, but it could be it's not as specific. Okay, so in time means before the deadline. On time means punctual. Okay, so maybe we have a deadline for a project, and the deadline is Friday, and maybe I get the project done on Wednesday. Well, yeah, it's done in time. It's done before the deadline, but on time means exactly at the moment. So I have to start this radio show on time. It's no good for me to start 3 hours early because we have a fixed time. We have a set time. I have to be exactly on time. I can't just say, well, the show was done in time. No, I have to be on time. I can't be too late, but also I can't be too early. Okay? Good question, Anna. Very good. And thank you very much for that. And I'm sure all the listeners will benefit from that question. So great. People, please send me your questions. Now let's do a little review of what we saw in Class 8. We were looking at the Saxon genitive. In fact, we saw basically the double Saxon genitive, where we said, for example, Luis's boss's desk. And I said, for example, we had the sentence, El libro de Jesús está en la mesa del jefe de Luis. Jesus's book is on Luis's boss's desk. Okay? And here we have, yes, a little bit of pronunciation. Pronunciation! What? Yes, that's right. So the pronunciation there is very important. When we have a word ending in S, like Jesus, a name, Jesus's, it sounds like the Z in English. We say Jesus's, Jesus's, Jesus's. So it sounds like S-E-S or Z. Jesus's, Jesus's desk. Luis's boss's desk. Okay? Ask me where Boris's boss's pencil is. At home, ask me that. Out loud. Always out loud with me. Where is Boris's boss's pencil? Now, what do you want to know? I want to know where Boris's boss's pencil is. Right. Now, whose pencil are you talking about? Whose pencil are you talking about? You're talking about Boris's boss's pencil. You're asking about Boris's boss's pencil. Ask me what color Boris's boss's pencil is. What color is Boris's boss's pencil? Very good. Now, what do you want to know? You want to know, or at home you can say, Kyle, I want to know what color Boris's boss's pencil is. Okay? Again, ask me the direct question. What color is Boris's boss's pencil? It's blue. Boris's boss's pencil is blue. Now, ask me what kind of dog Boris's boss has. What kind of dog does Boris's boss have? Well, Boris's boss has a Scottish Terrier named Regis. It's true. Boris's boss has a Scottish Terrier named Regis. Ask me where Regis's bone is. Where is Regis's bone? Repeat, where is Regis's bone? Very good. What do you want to know? I want to know where Regis's bone is. Who's Regis? Regis is Boris's boss's dog. Very good. So remember the pronunciation here with the Saxon genitive with words or names ending in S. It sounds like a Z. A Z, as I say, or as the Americans would say, a Z. In American English, they say Z, and everywhere else in the world, we say Z, including Canada. This is one difference where Canadians choose the non-American version, and we say Z, whereas Americans say Z for the final letter in the alphabet. Now moving on to a little practice with some irregular participles. I'm going to give you the answer to a question. I'd like you to ask me the question that I've answered. So I'll say, no, I've never eaten in a Mongolian restaurant. And the question? Have you ever eaten in a Mongolian restaurant? Okay. I've never seen the Pope. I've never seen the Pope. Okay, and your question is, have you ever seen the Pope? Okay. My mother has never cut her finger. Has your mother ever cut her finger? Very good. Now, no, you've never brought me a gift. And the question? Have I ever brought you a gift? She has never bought me dinner. And the question? Has she ever bought you dinner? No, she hasn't. She has never bought me dinner, unfortunately. Okay? I've never taken a 3-hour coffee break. Never. So the question, ask me the question out loud, en voz alta, out loud. Kyle, have you ever taken a 3-hour coffee break? No, I haven't.
Expression of the day.
Okay, yes, it's time for our expression of the day. The expression of the day today is like clockwork. Like clockwork. And it kind of relates to Anna's question about being punctual. So if something happens like clockwork, then it's behaving like a clock in that it's predictable and it's always right on time. Not only in time, but on time. This show will start every day at 5 o'clock like clockwork. Every day at the same time here on Vaughn Radio, like clockwork. Now, you can say, people behave like clockwork. I go to a gym. I go every night. I don't go, well, not every night, but I go maybe 4 times a week to a gym. And, but I don't go like clockwork. But there are people that do. There are people that go every day at the exact same time. They are creatures of habit. They behave exactly the same way, going exactly at the same time. We can say he goes to the gym every day like clockwork. Okay? He goes like clockwork. He does it. He has breakfast like clockwork. His alarm goes off. My alarm clock goes off at 7 o'clock, and like clockwork, I get up and I have some breakfast like clockwork at the same time every day. I have breakfast. I remember, I think it was Richard Vaughn was talking on the radio one day, and it was interesting saying that American or most English speakers have breakfast in their pajamas, whereas most Spanish people have breakfast often after they've left the house. They'll go to work, they'll be dressed, they'll be ready, they'll go to work, and then they'll have breakfast near their work or maybe meet their colleagues and have breakfast in the morning. Whereas I have breakfast in typical Canadian style at home before I get dressed, and I do it like clockwork. I shower, I have breakfast, I have my morning routine like clockwork. All right, let's move on now to practice a few numbers. So here we are practicing numbers up to 1 million. That's right, numbers up to 1 million. So, in fact, numbers, I'm looking at the numbers up to 1 billion. 1 billion, which is, remember, what you have to remember here is when you say un billón in Spanish, that's actually in English a trillion. Because when you say mil millón in Spanish is in English a billion. We never say 1,000 million. We say, because you say mil millón, we never say 1,000 million, we say a billion. And then when you say un billón, we say a trillion. It's interesting. So we have a few rules for numbers. Remember, we always say 100 and. 125,000, no S, no S. 125,456. And then as the numbers get bigger, the rules are the same. I could say 275 billion, 125 million, 375,456. It's in groups of 3 with 100 and then I'm simply adding the title for each group of 3 numbers. So I'm gonna start by reading some numbers, and then you can, at home, en voz alta, out loud, read them back when I ask, and we'll check. So get out your pen and get out your paper. Let's do it. The first number is 235,643. And the second number, 782,873. And the third number, 818,880. So remember, one more thing, remember the intonation between the teens and the numbers that end in 0. So we say 18, da-da. And the numbers that end in 0, 80, with the intonation on the first syllable. Okay, so I have read 3. Let's go back and review them. So it's time to challenge Nacho, our technician. Nacho, did you get that first number?
I think so.
Okay, all right. So Nacho, what was your first number?
235,000.
Yes.
643.
Perfect. Well done. Well done. Nacho is 1 for 1. Perfect. And at home, did you get that? 235,643. Good. Okay, Nacho, what was your second number?
782,873.
Perfect again. Nacho is 2 for 2, ladies and gentlemen. He has got 2 correct out of 2. Very good. And the third one, Nacho?
818,880.
That's right. 818,880. Very good. Very good. All right. Let's try 2 more numbers. Let's try 2 more. Now at home, make sure you're writing these down because I'm going to ask you again afterwards. Okay. Let's try some bigger numbers. 21,218,321. And the second number, 136,891,342. Okay, a little bit bigger this time. A little bit bigger. Nacho, did you get that first number?
Let's see.
Let's see. All right.
21,218,321.
Very good. Very good. And at home, did you get that? Notice how Nacho said million and thousand without the S. That's perfect. That's correct. Make sure at home, don't consider it correct at home if you didn't pronounce that properly. 21,218,321. Very good. All right, and the last number, Nacho, did you get it?
Yes.
Okay, he's confident.
136,891,342.
Fantastic. Yes. Thank you, Nacho. Thank you. And good job. And good job at home if you got them all right. I hope you did. I hope you did as well as Nacho. Okay, let's move on.
Vocabulary of the day.
Yes, it's time for the vocabulary of the day. The vocabulary of the day today. The first word, equivocado. Mistaken. Mistaken. I'm mistaken. Okay. Cordillera. Sierra. This is a mountain range. A mountain range. Mountain range. Contradecir. To contradict. To contradict. Aplastar. To crush. To crush. Conmigo. To crush. Very good. Reservas. Recelos. Misgivings. Misgivings. Okay, very good. We're going to quickly move on to practice the accusative, our final point. We only have about a minute, so I'm going to be very quick. Quiero que me escuches. How do you say that in English? Quiero que me escuches. I want you to listen to me. Quieren que lo hagamos. Que lo hagamos. They want us to do it. Queremos que ella nos lo dé. We want her to give it to us. Very good. Ahora, quisiera que me lo enseñaran. I'd like them to show it to me. And one more, quisiera que él estuviera incluido. I'd like him to be included. I'd like him to be included. Very quickly at home, tell me to pick up my pen. Tell me to pick up my pen. Now, what do you want me to do? I want you to pick up your pen. What am I doing? I'm picking up the pen. Remember, I want you to. I want you to. I want you to keep listening. I want you to pay attention. I want you to watch the TV show. I want you to listen to the radio program. I want you to send in your questions through the website. Keep listening. We're completely at a time. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.